Police say he shot his girlfriend when she tried to break up with him.
Thankfully, she survived that shooting, and tonight she is in the hospital recovering. CBS 58's Michelle Fiore joining us live from Racine tonight with the very latest. Michelle.
Well, the victim's family tells us that the two dated for about a year, and this shooting has rocked the victim's family's world. What seemed to be a typical Sunday for a 14-year-old girl ended tragically. Police say she and her 14-year-old boyfriend went to a store together, but what happened along these abandoned train tracks on their way back nearly ended her life. The criminal complaint said the 14-year-old told her boyfriend she wanted to end the relationship. That's when police say he made her turn off her phone and then shot her in the head. He told police he was in a rage over a Snapchat post and the breakup. Families started this GoFundMe page to help pay for the care of their strong young lady. The complaint says after the first shot, she begged for her life and heard him say, "You have to die," then shot her at least 3 more times in the head. Police say, incredibly, the girl was able to run away and flag down a motorist near 21st and South Memorial Drive when her boyfriend went to look for her phone that was left along the tracks. Now, the suspect took off after the shooting. Police say they found him at a friend's house with a backpack they say contained a handgun and 2 magazines. And family of this beautiful young lady say that she remains in intensive care.
The 14-year-old girl is in serious condition tonight after investigators say her ex-boyfriend shot her several times. It happened Sunday in Racine near 21st and Memorial Drive. 12 News' Kristen Pierce is live at the Racine Police Department tonight. And Kristen, prosecutors say this happened over a breakup.
Patrick, over a breakup, and apparently because of a post on Snapchat. That's according to this criminal complaint here. And now a 14-year-old girl, her life is changed forever. A 14-year-old girl flown to Children's Wisconsin from Racine Sunday after being shot in the head multiple times. Her GoFundMe page identifies her as Jaslene Jones. Now her 14-year-old ex-boyfriend is charged with attempted homicide. Prosecutors say he shot the girl because she wanted to break up with him. According to the criminal complaint, the victim says she begged for her life. Prosecutors say the boy told her, "You have to die," and shot her several times more. Jones survived, ran away, and flagged down a driver who contacted 911. The complaint says officers found bloody clothes and shoes at the boy's home. Prosecutors say he admitted to shooting Jones, quote, in a fit of rage over a Snapchat post and the breakup.
And Kristen, we understand that 14-year-old boy is not at the county jail.
Patrick, he isn't. That 14-year-old boy is being held in the juvenile center, and because of that, we are not naming him tonight. But we do know if he is convicted of attempted homicide, he faces decades in prison.
His next court appearance.
A walking miracle. That's what the mother of a 14-year-old girl is saying this evening after her daughter survived after being shot several times by her teen boyfriend.
This happened over the weekend near 21st and Memorial Drive in Racine. That boy is charged as an adult.
Uba Ali sat down with the girl's mom, who tells us how her daughter is defying the odds.
She's just so proud to be alive.
Miranda Perales says her 14-year-old daughter, Jaslene Jones, is talking, walking, and smiling at Children's Wisconsin just 2 days after being shot several times.
She's still her spunky self. She can't wait to put on her makeup.
Investigators say Jaslene was shot in the head 3 times by her 14-year-old boyfriend when she tried to break up with him. They say the boyfriend admitted to shooting Jaslene in what he called a, quote, fit of rage.
I had no idea. No idea he had a gun.
Perales says her daughter dated the teen for more than a year. She never noticed any concerning signs.
I bought the kid Christmas presents, you know? I mean, you never know that type of stuff until the mask is unveiled.
This is truly domestic violence at age 14. Did you ever think that was even possible?
I did not think that was possible. I did not think that was possible just because they're kids. And I didn't think evil was in kids.
The 14-year-old is charged as an adult with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Considering the trauma Jaslene went through,
she's a walking miracle.
Her family is thankful her brain function wasn't impacted.
She's lost sight in one of her eyes, but the doctors told her she's going to be able to do everything that people with 2 eyes can do.
Jaslene will also have to live with several bullets lodged in her body, but she's taking the worst day of her life.
God gave her the second chance.
And using it to speak up for those in violent relationships.
This is her new path, and and I'm going to help her in every way possible.
In Wauwatosa,
Let's get right into it. Jasmine, a 14-year-old girl, shot multiple times in the head by her 14-year-old boyfriend due to the fact of an argument that happened from or spewed over Snapchat. Whereas due to the argument, she said, you know what, I don't think I no longer want to be in this relationship. So by her saying she no longer wanted to be with this young man, he took it upon himself, how we've been seeing in so many other cases, to attempt to take this young girl's life. Now, thank the Lord, okay? This young lady was able to run, get away, and stop a driver for help. Excuse me, for help. Do you know what type of angel that was with her? For her to be shot 3 times in her head and be able to make it to run to a car to ask them for help, whereas she was taken to a hospital where she has injuries, yes, she's left with, that are scars, which she lost sight within her left eye, and she's going to have some bullet fragments left within her body for the rest of her life. But let's get into the facts of being 14 and dealing with domestic violence. This is domestic violence at an all-time high. It really is. It really, really is. 14, and the bad part, her mother never even knew that there was anything wrong going on in this situation. She bought this young man Christmas gifts. For weeks later, him to shoot her daughter in her head 3 times. Unfortunately, she's going to be left with a lifetime of mental health issues, because to deal with something like that, even though you lived through it, the fact is of you even being in a situation that took place so horrific, and to be able to live to tell about it, she's going to continue to have the visions of that young man shooting her in her head. Whatever strength she had or that she found to make her way to that car to get help, thank God. Now, my thing, I need to ask this question. If a person is being charged as an adult in a crime, why isn't that, why their face can't be released? How are you still protecting them as a child when, for one, they've acted as an adult and they're being charged as an adult? So let's see that little adult. The world deserves to see what type of person it was that shot this young lady in her head 3 times. Anyway, this has been your girl, Tay with the T. Had to come and tell y'all this story. I am still on that 100K subscriber chase. Make sure you help me win that race. Stay motivated, keep that ability, and always, always keep a great attitude. Situations like this is crazy. And in this day and time, to even have to deal with the 14-year-old being shot in her head because another 14-year-old thought it would be best for her to be dead, that's crazy. And I'm out.
Lattes were A.